morning, everybody. This is Brian, and this is Driving the Gig Economy. And I'm doing a ride along today. It's a Monday morning. I started at 6:30 and started with UberX. I was doing rideshare. Took four customers that I picked up today, and in 2 hours time, less than 2 hours time. Right now I'm sitting at about $42, I believe. I just got my first food order I picked up at Starbucks. It's going 7 minutes away, and it is about between $14 and $15, I believe. So we'll see how today goes. Okay, so I dropped that order off to a lady working in an office that needed her Monday morning coffee fix. So I immediately got another rider order. Somebody that's 5 minutes away. One thing with UberX, and maybe I just haven't figured it out yet, because I am fairly new to it, but it doesn't give you a lot of time to click accept. So I usually click it right away. What it does show you is how many minutes away the person is and the miles, but I believe the miles and minutes away is just to your destination, not to where you're dropping them off at. It also gives the driver rating, which I find helpful. The lowest one I've seen so far was a 4.1. They're rated from 1 to 5, and same as the drivers are rated from 1 to 5. So I look at that, because if the number is going to be too low, I'm not going to take it, because it's probably going to be trouble. So I do look at that number before I click accept. I usually don't look at the map too much, because it doesn't show you where they're going, and that's the one thing. It's strange. You don't know whether it's going to be a 5-minute trip or 20-minute trip, half hour, longer. And maybe at some point, I haven't had a really long run, like to an airport or anything like that yet. Hopefully, if they do, if it is a long drive like that, there's some kind of notification, just so I know I have enough gas and everything to get there. If I'm going to be taking an hour and a half, 2 hour ride with somebody, I don't want to be stopping for gas. So, but how I typically start my day, and this is pretty typical you got to learn your area and know the platform's strength in your area. Typically, for me, Uber is the number one for me. UberEats averages around $14 to $16 weekly per order. UberX is all over the place. I've had $40, I've had $5. Not really averaging out. Usually averages around 10. GrubHub averages around 9 for me, 9 to 11 of what I get. I don't accept a lot of the $9 orders. It really depends. DoorDash is my last one, my number 4 on the list. Generally because they don't show you the tips up front, and base pay is the lowest of the platforms around here. Now, in some areas, I've heard DoorDash is much better. So you got to know your area, and when you multi-app, which I highly suggest, because you really need to diversify, because one program might be slow, another one might be offering some nice incentive, and you'll get more orders from that. So, one day it could be this service, another day it could be that one. So you never know. You got to use a lot, because you could get deactivated or partially shut down on some. It happens from time to time. Uber's a big one, I've heard. I haven't had it happen to me yet. I haven't been deactivated at all from any platform, but I did hear that Uber is kind of infamous for yearly doing background checks on their drivers. And if they do a background check, if they don't get to it quick enough and your year comes up, they will deactivate your account until they have their background check done. And sometimes the background checks will take 1 or 2 weeks. So if you lose a platform, at least have at least 2 others. Do 3, whatever's big in your market. And there's other stuff. Instacart, Shipt, Roadie is one that I just started. And I'm at my pickup right now, so I will be back after this drop-off. Okay. I don't judge people, but that last pickup I had, I took the client to a convenience store that was 400 feet away from her house. That was if you would take the road out to the main road and over and into the parking lot. If you would cut from her house across the alley from that was across the street, the business across the street, probably 150 feet. So she just paid me to take her to the convenience store and back. I'm not sure how much that paid, because I got another ride right away here as soon as I dropped off. So that's another thing when you're in the program, when you're actively taking either a delivery with Uber or a rideshare, you cannot see what your numbers are. So it's kind of a guessing game, because you don't know what the fares are going to be either. At least with the food orders, it tells you what the amount is going to be. It has what the proposed tip is going to be, and that can change. They have an hour till they finalize the tip. So, like yesterday, I had an order that was an order and pay, which means you have to go to the store, order the food, pay with the debit card that they give you. Typically, I'm a little leery about them depending on the restaurant. I had a Mexican restaurant. I wasn't sure how quick they were going to be. It was mid-afternoon. It was like 2 o'clock on a Sunday, so I thought it might be okay. It was about a $15 order, $14.79, I believe, originally. And it was a short run. So I went and ordered the food. It was just a order for 6 street tacos and cheeseburger. Pretty cut and dry. But it took an hour total from when I ordered to when I dropped the food off. So the nice thing with that is that Uber actually paid me an extra fee of over $18. So here I was thinking I'm going to be making less than $15 for that hour, which my goal was always $20 plus. But I ended up making $26.51, I believe, for that hour. So that was good. I don't really think the other services that I'm on, DoorDash or GrubHub, do that sort of thing, pay you for your time. That's the nice thing with Uber, especially with doing the rideshare as well. I picked up a couple the other day, took them to a friend's house first, and then to the dinner. They were going to have dinner. So it was a 2-stop. And so I dropped them off at this friend's house, and little did I know, I waited, I believe it was 18 minutes, and till they got back in the car, and then I drove them to the restaurant and dropped them off. I ended up getting $42 for that ride because Uber pays you for your time, not just your mileage, but your time as well. What they pay me, I don't know if it's nationwide or if it changes because different regions, every area is different. But what they pay me in the fare side is 88 cents a minute. So it's kind of nice. That helps out, especially when you have people like that. Like I just dropped this girl off at the convenience store. She bought a couple iced teas and had a bag and so forth. So she was in there for maybe 2-3 minutes. So, I figure I probably got at least $5 or $6 for taking her 400 feet and back, so 800 feet. Not bad. But now I am 1 minute away from my next stop, so I will catch up with you in just a bit. Okay, so that trip, that was just taking a young lady to work, about 20-minute drive from the west end of town to the east end of town. Paid $12.66 minus any tips, so already up close to about 75 bucks, and it is 9:24. I started at roughly right about 6:30, so hitting about 25 bucks an hour. That's what I like to hit. So I did start earlier today, 6:30 in the morning. That's the nice thing. I didn't set my alarm. I got up at 4, couldn't get back to sleep. Got some stuff done around the house. Daylight hit. Now I'm like, well, I'm gonna go out now because it's supposed to be 95 degrees later today. Right now at 9:30, it's already 84 degrees. It was 73 when I left the house this morning. So it's gonna be a hot one. So I figured get started early. If I want to in the middle of the day, I can take a break, go to the pool, and then start up again at supper time. Probably do a lot more food delivery then. And because you got to go when they have the boost too. That's the thing with all these platforms. They'll offer different boost times when it's busy. So you'll see it at lunch. UberEats in this area, lunchtime 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's a 20% boost, which basically it's a 1.2 times. They give you a 20% boost on the base pay. Doesn't change, the tip or anything, and usually the tips come in pretty nicely in this area. There's sometimes base pay, like the one I did yesterday. Base pay was only $4.75, so the 20% boost gave me an extra 95 cents. So nothing fabulous, but the tips add up as well, and the 20% boost does add up. It turns basically 5 trips into 6, money-wise. So we'll see how things go, but so far we're doing pretty well. It's getting close to the end of the month, so I thought I'd try to make a little bit more extra money today. Mondays are usually good. Saturdays and Sundays in my area have been pretty bad compared to the way they used to be. I don't know if it's just because it's the time of year, the weather's nicer, people are getting out, going to restaurants more because things are opening up. So basically what happens is, less people are ordering food at home, but more people are using Uber to go out because bars opened up and everything. So in my area, if you want to make the really good money, you pick up people from the bar 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., 2:30. But I don't really want people getting sick in my car, so I have not done that yet. I have taken people to the bar after supper time, and that usually tips pretty well as well. So you just got to kind of play your area, figure out what you want to do, where you want to hit, figure out if you want to do rideshare. It's not for everybody, or the food delivery, but that's what I said earlier is just branch out and don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't drive for just one service. Just put yourself out there multiple times, multiple places, make the most of your time. So I just pulled up to my house right now, so I'm going to take a little break, go inside, get a drink until I get another order. I still stayed online. I'm still on Uber, so probably the minute I get to the door, I'll get rung again for another, either a pickup or a delivery. So we'll see how this goes.
Longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, it's now 9:34. Just as I thought, I got in the door, went to the fridge, and got rung for a UberX rideshare, 17 minutes away, which is a lot of mine. Or the pickups are that far, which I kind of don't like to do those because you don't get paid going there just when you after the pickup to the drop off. So, you know, in my opinion, you know, typically I like to stay, you know, if they're more than 5 minutes away, it kind of gets a little bit, you know, it cuts into your profit a little bit. So going 17 minutes away for this pickup, but it's a Monday morning, nothing else is coming up, and I'm just kind of in the mood to take everything right now. Some days I hit that deny button an awful lot, and you can do that. You're an independent contractor, so you know, if the offer doesn't work right for you, if you don't like the restaurant, you don't like the area it's dropping off at, you don't like the area the restaurant's in, you don't like the staff at the restaurant, you know, you can just decline. With rideshare, it's a little bit more difficult. You don't know how many people you're picking up. You don't know if it's a man or a woman or a couple or family with kids, and you know, you're going to go to the pickup and they're going to have, you know, 3 adults and 3 kids and all try to jump in the back of your Toyota. So you never know. The rules, as far as I know, is with UberX, which is what I drive. There's UberXL, which is more SUV related, that sort of thing. But with UberX, which is the standard rideshare for Uber, it's a 3-passenger maximum and no riders in the front seat, which I'm fine with. I know some people will take riders in their front seat. They'll put as many people in as they can. I don't want people in my front seat. So taxi drivers don't take people in their front seat, and I don't think with rideshare, I think you should treat it the same way. You know, I don't have any plexiglass behind me or anything like that, but I don't want anybody in the front seat while I'm driving. So, and I haven't had a problem yet, and I haven't had more than 3 people. I had 3 people once. That was my first day, and they all crushed in the back seat together. So I haven't had any problems with that yet, but yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I gather right now with CDC regulations, is that it's 3 passengers, nobody in the front seat. And masks are still mandatory as of right now. So we'll see when that changes. A lot of the people I pick up refuse to wear a mask, or I don't know if they refuse, they just don't have one. And I'm fine with that, you know. It's a personal thing. So I don't get into it. I don't ask if they've been vaccinated or anything like that. If they get in the car and they're wearing a mask, great. If they're not, I don't care at this point. I'm kind of over it. But I don't make a big deal about it. I know some people do, and that could affect your rating. You want to keep your rating high. Right now, I'm at 5 stars. I've got nothing but 5 stars so far. Like I said, I've only been doing the rideshare for a little bit, so I've got like 70, maybe 80 rides under my belt already. Got all 5 stars so far. So, see how long I keep that streak going. See how long it is till I piss somebody off. But yeah, it's interesting. When I got home, my wife was still in bed, so I left, and I left my keys on the counter when I went in there, and I got rung up. So I went back, I went and left, locked the door, and realized my car keys were in the house. So rung the doorbell and woke her up anyway. I said, I know you're sleeping, but I already made $75 today. Just take it easy. So that's a nice thing. You can work whatever schedule you want. Work mornings, work afternoons, work nights, work late nights. Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you feel like, mix it up a little bit. You know, some days I won't even start working until dinner time rush. Other days I'll get started early and take the afternoon and evening off. Do whatever. Personally, I set a goal. I set a monetary goal monthly. Comes out to daily. If I hit my goal, a daily goal, personally, my daily goal is $100 a day. I want to make $3,000 a month doing this. So, you know, it comes out to $100 a day. I don't work every day. Most times I will take 2 days off fully. Another day, usually I'll work just a half a day. So I usually put maybe 4.5 days in it. Usually 30 hours, 25 to 35 hours. So average out about 30 hours a week. And, you know, I hit my goals. If I hit $100, my daily goal, and I'm going to hit that probably by 11 o'clock today, if not earlier, I'll keep going because that's just less stress on me at the end of the week. 4th of July weekend's coming up. Definitely I'm taking off Sunday. I probably will work Saturday just for something to do. But I don't have to work as hard on the weekend if I'm overshooting my goals during the week. So I like to try to get $200 on a Monday. Start my week off good, because this past weekend really sucked. So it was bad. And so you just make the money when you can. I'm primarily doing a lot of rideshare now because that's what's really picking up in this area. I think there are not that many drivers. There's probably more people delivering food than there are doing the Uber rides. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to take the opportunity. Once that slows down, I'll jump back to food delivery, probably more primarily. Yeah, it just depends how it goes. Whatever's hitting at the moment. So right now it seems to be rideshare here. Like I said, right now I think I've got 7. I think I'm on 7 right now. 7 rides so far today. 1 has been a delivery. The other 6 have been rideshare. So we'll see how the rest of the day plays out. Usually supper time I will turn off rideshare completely and just do food delivery. But if that doesn't keep me busy enough, I will switch back on rideshare. That's the nice thing. Multiple chances for income. That's what you got to shoot for. So I will, I'm still 9 minutes away from my pickup, but I'm not going to babble for another 9 minutes right now. So I will check in with you in a bit. So it took a little break, cooled off. That was a big mistake because now I'm tired. I don't feel like doing a damn thing. But it's 5:38. I just picked up my first order since break. I was a little confused because, and this happened to me before, and I should know better, but I was kind of wondering why I wasn't getting any hits. I wasn't getting anything from Uber, and I had GrubHub on, which GrubHub isn't as busy nowadays, but I even had the rideshare on, and I thought, well, why am I not getting anything? I drove to a hot spot, about 15 minutes, nothing. Then I get a GrubHub order, so I go to log off of Uber, and I was never on Uber. I was never logged back on. So I probably just lost 15 minutes there, but whatever. So now I'm going to drop off this order. It was for a restaurant I've never been to before, so I wanted to check it out. And health food place, so I probably will never eat there. But So I'm gonna go drop it off and see what else I can do. I am just under, I checked my numbers when I got home, just under $200 right now. I'll probably go until 7, maybe 8, something like that. I'll see how busy it is. Might just be able to get to $300 today. We'll see. It's looking bad, folks. It is almost 7 p.m. I am at around $240. I think the 300 is out of the question right now, because I'm going to be stopping within an hour. So unless I get a really big tip, I changed my goal to 250. Like I said earlier, my goal is 100 a day. So you know, I have made 200 a lot on Mondays. Monday is a good day. 250, I'm thrilled with that. Especially with the way Saturday and Sunday went. 250 is great. So I'm happy. Right now I'm logged on to GrubHub and UberEats. I'm not on UberX right now. I'm trying to get that big food order with that really nice tip before I end tonight here. So I'm hitting 250. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to hit 250. We'll see how much more I can go above that. There may be hope after all. Not for 300, but I believe I am going to hit 250. GrubHub's been doing a thing lately where they, I think if they're in dire need of drivers at night, they will give a $5 bonus if you can get an order delivered within the next hour. So at 7:15, they sent me something saying, $5 bonus if you deliver an order before 8:15. I was doing UberX. I dropped off this woman that I took home the other week. She remembered me, so hopefully she'll give me a decent tip, but just alone the fare was about $12.64. As soon as I dropped her off, I logged on to GrubHub trying to get that last bonus there, and got an order for Buffalo Wild Wings. And I just picked that up. It was ready, and it's saying my ETA is 7:57, which will put me well below 8:15. So I'll get that $5 bonus as well. So we'll wait for the final tally, but I think we're looking good for 250. We did it. It was a great Monday. So if you made it this far in the video, thanks for riding along with me. Let's see what our final numbers are. As you can see here, $255.68 was our total net income today out of 22 trips. That comes out to $11.62 per trip average. 238.2 miles, a lot of miles today, but again, that helps because estimated mileage deduction, $133.39. So that's thanks to that 238 miles. 10.4 hours, so that breaks down to $24.61 per hour, $1.07 per mile. I like to keep the per hour above 20. I like to keep the per mile above $1. That is great. 2.1 trips per hour, a little high. The higher the number, the better. That's more proficiency. I usually don't get above 2. I'm usually at 1.4 to 1.7. Had a lot of short, not a lot, but I had some short UberX trips in there that helps boost that number up. So what the breakdown is as far as platform, Uber, $129.75 over 12 trips. So that is an average of $10.81 per trip. Pretty decent there. UberEats, $56.88 for 4 deliveries. $14.22 per delivery. That was the nice one there. That really helps. DoorDash, none of that. We didn't have any DoorDash today. GrubHub, $69.05 out of 6 deliveries. That's an average of $11.50 per delivery, and that was boosted up a little bit because of that $5 bonus at the end of the day. So that's our numbers today. I'd like to thank you again for riding along. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.